Alex Hayden here, welcoming you back to New Hampshire Motor Speedway for today's qualifying session. It's a beautiful day for racing here in the northeastern United States. We have 40 of the best stock car drivers ready to tackle this fast-paced 1-mile track, and we're about to see whose speed carries over from yesterday's practice. The crews and drivers are at the ready. They'll have 2 time laps here to get all they can to put themselves towards the front. This race has only been won from outside the top 15 twice over the last 13 races. Knowing that and knowing how dangerous these restarts can be, these drivers will be looking to see their name towards the top of that pylon after today's qualifying session. Let's head trackside to get it started.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight to another edition of NASCAR 22 on the channel. We are racing at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Ambetter 301, but because this is a 50% race, I guess this is technically the Ambetter 151. Here in today's race, just the final 50% race of the season. We have just 7 races left in the regular season as well, and our driver Kevin Harvick comes in with an 18-point lead in the regular season standings over William Byron. Chase Elliott, who's been on a hot streak, has had a few wins in the last handful of races, is starting to catch up as well. He's still about a full race worth of points out, but we have a couple road courses left. He just won the most recent road course at Road America, so maybe he still has a shot at it too. This is going to be interesting to say the least. Expert difficulty, we do have a bit of stability help on. I have been pretty good at these short or flat tracks on this game, so I have high hopes for New Hampshire today, but we have to qualify well with it being a short race if we're going to want a good chance to get any sort of stage points. And it'll be interesting to see exactly what the strategy is going to look like on the back half of that as well. So about to get into qualifying. I have not qualified yet. No practice coming into this race. We're just going to hop into qualifying and hope for the best, and then into the race from there. Cars One Boy, Wade Selinsky, Billy Carjoy, Joshua Rumsey, and others, welcome into the stream. And let's get this race underway. I put it in reverse. I put it in reverse by accident when I went to shift. Whoops. That's hilarious. I don't think I've ever done that before. And because there was no practice, it's going to be interesting to see exactly where I'm going to have to shift. I'm thinking we're going to get 2 laps in qualifying. Definitely got a break earlier than what I did there. My goodness. This car's a little too loose also. I might have to go to a stable setup. Definitely touchy getting back into the throttle. Not terrible there. Try downshifting to 4th. Be very patient around the corners at New Hampshire on this game. We do get a second lap. I feel like I could do much better. I'm going to try to drive it in a little deeper. 30.532. We've got nothing to lose here. Try downshifting to 3rd there quickly. I didn't like that, honestly. Car's getting a little bit too loose for my liking. That is not going to be good for late into a run. I don't think I should downshift to 3rd. I think that's bogging me down a little too much. I do like that middle upper groove a little bit better. Just kept it off the wall off turn 4, picking up 5th gear. I think lap 2 is a bit quicker. I would have to hope it was. 7th fastest. Chase Elliott will be on the pole for today's race. Kurt Busch will be on the outside of the front row. He is still in the playoffs as of right now on points. Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr. line up in row number 2. Truex locked in with a win. Almirola right on the bubble coming into this race. Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace in row 3. Wallace just won at Atlanta last night. That was his 2nd win of the year. Kyle Larson pretty comfortably solid on points, but would like more playoff points if he can get a win or any stage wins today. Kevin Harvick, Christopher Bell in row number 4. Harvick has the most wins this year with 6 and is the regular season points leader over William Byron, and Bell has 2 wins this season. Byron has just 1 win, but as mentioned, he's 2nd in the regular season standings, 18 points behind Harvick. He'll start just behind him on the inside of row number 5 with Tyler Reddick to his outside, still searching for his first career win. All right. Yeah, it wasn't a bad lap. I might have to adjust the setup a little bit going into the race.
I'm Alex Hayden, welcoming you to New Hampshire.
We're gonna have a caution during the national anthem for like the 4th time.
Situated an hour
Find
from
out.
Boston and known as the Magic Mile, this track is flat but fast. Drivers will be focused on their brakes, center roll, and good drive off of the corners to give them the best chance of winning that lobster today.
Nope, no caution. We are still green flag during the national anthem.
Let's head to the track where the drivers and teams are making their final preparations. Who's going to get it done today at the Magic Mile?
This is going to be an interesting one because Chase Elliott has been on a hot streak, and he's kind of coming up from the depths of nowhere over the last probably 7 or 8 races with both consistency. He's got 3 wins in the last 8 races. He's going to have a good shot to win today, starting on the pole with this being one of the shortest races of the season and our final 50% race of the year. Hang on. I'm not starting the race yet, so I'm going to actually restart real quick. I forgot to mess with the setup. I don't know if I want to. It's going to be too loose on the long run. I have to. I'm going to burn the rear tires off the car. Yeah. I have to make a... Gonna have to make a setup change. I didn't start the race yet. If I would have started the race, I would have dealt with it, but I did not start the race.
Top 10. Come give me some
So
more.
I'm going to try to tighten it up, and I really hope that works. If it doesn't, I'm going to be screwed. I just hope that I'm not going to be that much slower with this. Looks like we only have 35 laps in stage 1, so that's going to be interesting. Staying for the... Just a close-up shot of my thigh. Alright, Chase Elliott going to lead the field to the green, and we are underway at New Hampshire. 151 laps of racing tonight. Who will take home the lobster? Harvick still power sliding as he's trying to pick up 4th gear off the exit of turn 2. That's not good that he was doing that with a more stable setup, because corner entry is not going to be quite as good as it was.
All right.
And into Joey Logano off the exit of turn 4 as well.
Clear.
Harvick losing about 4 spots on the opening lap of the race.
3 wide. 2
Yeah,
down
now the
there.
car's a little too tight.
Got 1 left. Still inside.
Ryan Blaney making a bit of contact with Harvick. A lot of blocking going on. 1 car down to the apron. I think that was Joey Logano trying to make a pass, and Ryan Blaney dive bombs down to the apron trying to make a pass on Kevin Harvick there. I tried not to downshift that time, see what would happen. And I did not get off the corner very well as a result, because they probably did downshift.
Got 1 left. Still
Daniel
inside.
Suarez using Kevin Harvick up.
All clear.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we were going to be faster in qualifying. I don't think I went the right way with the setup change. Contact with Suarez almost turned the 99. Got to make sure not to do that. Can't cause a caution, go to the tail end of the field. Or get trapped a lap down, depending on where the leaders are if we do get a yellow. Caution free through 4 laps.
Stay right.
Allmendinger tags the 4. Harvick just barely kept it off the outside wall. The outside, I feel like I have a little bit more grip than on the bottom. I'm too tight to run the bottom. The problem is we get cars underneath us and they use us up just as Ross Chastain did there. That's what I'm not liking. Because we're just kind of getting punted out of the way. I feel like if I don't get punted out of the way, I can kind of hold my own. Dustin Haley gets by on the outside. Side by side, close quarters racing between Ty Gilliland and Kyle Busch on the back straightaway. Not a good start for Kevin Harvick in this 4 team. Probably going to have to take an advantage of trying to pit during the stage break. As he is going backwards and he's already to 20th. 14 spots lost in just 5 laps. just not getting... I'm just not good. I'm not getting into the corner as well as I want because it's definitely tight on entry, but it's loose on exit.
Clear, clear.
So I'm not getting the drive off either, whether I downshift or not. When I don't downshift, it's definitely worse. Harvick trying to protect the bottom as much as he can. Still side by side right behind him. Cole Custer, Todd Gilliland. Right there. Harvick going to drive it in way too deep into turn 3.
Inside, you're 3 wide.
Now he's got a whole hornet's nest underneath him. 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. Bowman and Dillon are there. They'll still be 3 wide as they make their way into turns 1 and 2. Bowman goes up the hill. Trying to use up Austin a little bit. Gilliland down to block the 48 on the back straightaway. Big dive by Alex Bowman. He's still got to clear Austin Dillon. He has not done so yet. Harvick in 25th. He's having a hard time trying to keep up the cars in front of him again. A lot of blocking going on the straightaways. Gilliland tried to block the 3, and the 3 of Austin Dillon didn't appreciate that. He just doors him in the middle of 3 and 4 to make the pass for position. So Kevin Harvick fell back to 25th. He's starting to kind of hold his own now. He hasn't been passed by anybody in the last couple laps. Just can't quite keep up with the cars in front of him yet either. The only thing we have to hope for is that maybe we have long run speed. I should have kept the looser setup in it. I was just scared that over the course of the long run, it was going to hurt me. I just feel over the course of the long run, I was going to burn the tires off too much. The thing is, it's a 50% race. I should have taken that into consideration. Not like we have to run the full race. Went from good position to get some stage points to not getting any stage points at all. The best thing that could happen, though, is we stay green. Or a caution comes out right after we cross the start-finish line to at least guarantee we're still on the lead lap. That'd probably be the best thing for us right now. Everybody's going to stay out during the stage break, only being 35 laps in, because even though we're on a 50% race, the fuel window is still the full fuel window. Stages 2 and 3 definitely going to be longer. By the way, Austin Cindric moved up to 25th. He's been free-falling in points recently, and I'm surprised considering he had a finish outside the top 25 at Road America, and he's a great road course racer. I mean, my lap times aren't falling off that much. I mean, we're only... Oh, okay, that lap of... 4/10 of a second, I guess, in 14 laps isn't good. Never mind. Our tires are falling off quite a bit. I mean, I can maybe push a little bit harder. I'm just scared that the rear tires are going to slide too much when I pick the throttle back up, and I'm going to crack the wall off the exit of the corner, because it's very tight off the exit of the turns here. It's not like Gateway. Gateway's a lot wider, so I was able to pick up the throttle sooner and it worked out. But here, that's not the case. It's a lot more narrow on both corner entry and corner exit. I think that's where I'm struggling. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't expecting to struggle coming into this race. I mean, we won both stages in the race at Gateway, and I was expecting to do something similar to that today. And of course, this is my first trip to New Hampshire on NASCAR 22, so should have known better. Until we start going back to tracks for the second time. Kind of like we did with Atlanta, at least I knew what to expect there. We ended up finishing first and second in both Atlanta races. I had to come from the depths of hell to finish second a couple nights ago, but we were able to do it. Really got to diamond the corners off because I didn't diamond that time. It kind of stayed in that middle to upper groove all the way through 3 and 4. And I was still burping the throttle a little bit later in the corner than what I wanted to. I will say my car feels a little bit better in 1 and 2 than what it does in 3 and 4. We're settling in at 26, but definitely going to have to make an adjustment change. Never say never. It might not be looking good right now, but at least we know we get to pit at least twice with the stage brakes. We'll just have to try to capitalize off of that and make our way through traffic on fresh tires when we start stage 2. We just have to finish on the lead lap to the end of this stage, and we'll still have a good chance to win, I think. But need to stay on the lead lap. I mean, you saw what happened at Atlanta. They had to fight for it at the end of stage 2 to try to stay 2 laps down at the time. And if it wasn't for that, we definitely wouldn't have finished second. Might have had a top 10, but we wouldn't have finished second. And we wouldn't have led any laps in the final stage either. Matthew Dorda Bruno, thanks for tuning in. Use the Force. Says it's Star Wars. Harrison Burton is keeping up with Harvick, but nobody else behind these guys are. Burton, if he gets close enough, may be able to make a pass, especially if he can get the bumper to the 4 like we've seen a few drivers already do. I will say, when I try to diamond cut the corner and I go to the apron, it feels like the car just doesn't want to go.
Got one left.
I went way too wide that time, and Harrison
Clear,
Burton
clear.
forces his way in there to make a pass for position. And that contact slowed Harvick up off turn 4 as well. Now Briscoe's about a half second behind him again. Trying to trail brake going into turn 1 that time. We're down to just 15 laps to go in the stage, and I think with this stage only being 35 laps, he should be able to stay on the lead lap. If we had to go the full stage, I don't know that we would have finished on the lead lap, but just got to make it there. And hope it stays green, which so far we are caution-free. Which I'm surprised, because usually in the short tracks we get a lot of cautions. I mean, even Gateway we have like 12 yellows. Although I think we only had like 1 or 2 in the first stage. And that was a full race. Since the 9th race of the year at Dirt Bristol, Kevin Harvick only has 1 win, which came at Gateway. Now his lap times fell off after about 13 laps into the run, but they've evened out. Like, he hasn't lost any additional time over the last 9 to 10 laps. And I think that's part of the reason why he's not getting passed by any more cars, is his pace is kind of just evened out. So maybe on a super long run, it would help him out a little bit. But he's going to lose too much ground early in the run for that to even really matter. Even if we had track position. Because we did have decent track position with qualifying 7. I just have to remember when I go to New Hampshire in the custom schedule season, we're going to have to keep the loose setup and hope for the best. Especially if we end up doing a full race the next time around. Which the chances would be high of that happening. Ten laps to go this time by stage 1. Actually hooked the bottom pretty well that time. It felt like it at least, but Burton pulled me and Briscoe reeled me in a little bit. I guess just because it feels good doesn't mean it's fast. Big power slide in the middle of the corner. You can really see those rear tires even smoking a little bit as Harvick was trying to get back into the throttle. It is a struggle for Kevin Harvick in this Ford car right now. We are paying the price. Not good considering William Byron started in the top 10 also and is likely still there because Harvick, again, only 18 points ahead of him. And we have 2 road courses left in the regular season. Gonna definitely have to capitalize, get some stage points in stage 2. I think we can definitely go on and win stage 2 with our strategy. I just don't know that we're necessarily going to win the race. We'll have a shot, I think. But I definitely think I can win stage 2 as long as I stay on the lead lap for these final 8 laps. 8 to go at the line in the stage. Chase Briscoe's rained down Kevin Harvick just a little bit once again. There's a line of cars back there for sure, and I think those are all the cars for position behind Harvick. Yet as Harvick goes way up the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Power sliding all the way through the corner. Trying to pick the throttle up. Briscoe looking to the inside. Harvick's going to play nice here. He's going to give his teammate the line. Briscoe still not going to be able to make a pass, though. He's going to be looking low into turn 1 again. Harvick giving Briscoe plenty of room. Does not want to get squeezed into the wall and have anything kind of stupid happen. He's not in position to get stage points, so he really doesn't care how many positions he loses here, knowing he's going to pit anyway at the stage break. If I wasn't going to pit at the stage break, that'd be one thing. Yeah, and that's one thing, too. I downshift to 3rd gear. I feel like I spin the tires a little too much. Even more than what I was before. And it's not even really the left rear. It's mainly just the right rear that's burning off the car.
Got one left.
Caution is actually out. And that is going to end the stage because we were not quite there yet. And I have a bad feeling Kevin Harvick's going to be a lap down now. So a caution will run into the stage end. Chase Elliott will win stage 1. Kurt Busch will end up 2nd. Eric Almirola 3rd. Kyle Larson 4th. Christopher Bell 5th. Martin Truex Jr. 6th. Tyler Reddick 7th. Michael McDowell 8th. Joey Logano 9th. And Bubba Wallace rounds out the top 10. So a caution will end stage number 1 tonight at New Hampshire. Take a screenshot real quick. Oh, well, it's got to take a second for me to get the screenshot. Bear with me. While that's going on, we'll see what stage win number that is for Chase Elliott. And I believe that's his first, actually. Yeah, first stage win of the year for Chase Elliott. He's got 3 race wins, but that's his first stage win. Good for him. Not good for us, though, because he played pretty good. I mean, the good news for us is William Byron finished 13th, so he didn't get stage points either. So Harvick and Byron are still 18 points apart from each other going into stage 2. But the problem is I think we're going to have a scoring glitch. I know it was the end of the stage, but because the caution ended the stage, because we still had about 6 or 7 laps to go in stage 1 when the caution came out, and it ended the stage. So, yeah, I think we're going to be a lap down, unfortunately, because we were not past the start-finish line when the caution came out relative to where the leaders were. So we're definitely going to pit during the stage break. I'm not going to make any adjustments right now. We will have fresh tires. I'm going to hope that will overcome everything. Really hope that works. 4 tires and fuel. No adjustments for Kevin Harvick. Should be the only one on pit road right now. So we're going to have to try to come from a lap down at New Hampshire, which is not going to make it easy to win stage number 2 anymore, unfortunately. especially when you consider the fact that the rest of the field's going to have to pit during the stage at some point in time. If they make it towards the end of the stage and then have to pit, that would be better for Harvick. We have 57 laps in stage 2. Green flag is going to be back in the air. And yep, Harvick is a lap down because he's at lap 35 right now when it should be 36. So Harvick a lap down because of the scoring glitch. And we've got trouble in turns 1 and 2, first lap after the restart. So that's not good either. Harvick will stay out of the pits here. Got trouble in turns 1 and 2 as we were getting up to speed. Harvick got into the back of Josh Bilicki in front of him. So that's going to be less laps he's going to have to try to get his lap back now as we restart with about 51 laps to go in stage 2. Harvick going to go to the outside. We've got trouble again. Another car around and another caution. Harvick will stay out. Coming in hot. Now we're going to be on the inside. We got to take advantage of this. Now we're starting to get cautions all of a sudden. We had a long green flag run to start the race, and now cautions are breeding cautions. Kyle Larson loops it. The leader just keeps spinning out. That's what's going on right now. Larson just spun from the lead. Well, that's not good for us either. The good news is we're not going a lap down with these cautions. The bad news is we're not able to get any positions either. And now Michael McDowell got loose, but he actually held on to it. He did not spin that time. I think it's McDowell. Might be Logano. 3 wide. Unfortunately, Harvick's down on the bottom. Wants to get to the outside this time.
2 inside. You're 3 wide. 3 wide. 2 down there.
Really hoping these fresh tires are going to be able to help him go. He is way up out of the groove, but it's the only way to get around this slew of race cars in front of him. After 3 straight cautions to start the second stage, after a caution ended the first stage. 3 wide, up on the outside, contact there from Harrison Burton. Austin Dillon was squeezing the 21, might not have realized they were 3 wide with Harvick on the top. The fresh tires are making a difference here, about 27, 28 lap pressure tires for Kevin Harvick. He's just got to hope he doesn't get squeezed into the wall. That's the big thing right now. He's up to 23rd, but he's not gaining any more position, so he is the first car 1 lap down. Oh, and another car around. Ross Chastain has just spun. Caution's out again. Harvick will stay out again. Right in the middle of turns 1 and 2. And I think as the tires are getting older, these guys are just starting to lose more and more grip. Green flag back in the air. Harvick quickly to the outside just in case we get a caution once again. The 34 slides his tires on the restart. Harvick up on the outside. Passes a few cars. Caution behind. Caution flag is out again. Our 6th caution of the race already. This is interesting. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize the camera was off. I took it off to get the screenshot. Now that I think about it, I don't even think I got the screenshot. I have to go back through the stream now. Way to go, Keegan. Way to go. Yeah, sorry for that. So, good thing we've only had the 1 scoring glitch, because all the wrecks keep happening in turns 1 and 2, which is good for us.
2 inside, you're 3 wide. 3 wide, you're up top.
Harvick's passing a lot of cars through 1 and 2. No caution that time.
2 down there.
They have to be pitting somewhat soon, right? I mean, there's cars down on the apron. They may be pitting right now.
Clear all around. Clear all around.
Tough to tell for sure. Larson almost up into the walls. He got loose off of turn 4. And we definitely had some cars pit that time. Quite a few of them. Not everybody, but quite a few cars did hit pit road.
3 wide, 2 outside.
And Harvick hasn't really used many laps on his tires, and we've only had a couple green flag laps in the stage. Full contact with Chase Elliott, who has lost the lead. Back to 7th. And everybody else that stayed out of the pits the last time will pit now. We're down to a little over 20 to go in the stage. The next question is can Kevin Harvick get back to the lead? I think he will. He's only 1 lap down. He should be on the lead lap now, and which means he'll be the leader the next time by. But does he have the pace for 23 laps as of right now to be able to actually hold on to the lead? That I'm not entirely sure on. But we'll see. He's up to 9th. He'll get around the top 8 this time. It's hard to tell exactly how far behind him Joey Logano in 10th is. Really anywhere between like 6 to 12 seconds. So Kevin Harvick is going to take the lead for the first time today. Got some other lap cars he's cycling with. The 14th place car of AJ Allmendinger's right there. So Kevin Harvick leads for the first time today at stage 2. Dealing with some lap traffic along the way as he gets by AJ Allmendinger. Leaving just 13 cars on the lead lap if we were to get a caution. That'd be big right now if we got a yellow. Dark Crypto, welcome into the stream. Not a great start for Harvick, finishing 27th at the end of stage 1 and being a lap down with the caution coming out, ending the stage. I think we just got to stay out of the pits if we get any cautions and hope for the best. Allmendinger in 8th. I mean, Harvick has lapped a lot of cars. I think he's going to have a big enough lead to be able to hold on. I really hope. He just really has to hope that these guys on fresher tires that pass him are going to pass him clean, which is no guarantee. It's going to be interesting if Harvick's going to be able to hold on to win the stage. 20 to go yet, stage 2. We're almost halfway done with the race already tonight. No, I didn't make any adjustments, but the car feels good with fresh tires. It's just not as fast as everybody else. But the good news is the guys behind us, 18th, 19th on back, I think we can hold a decent pace to keep them behind us. AJ in 8th in the top 10, we couldn't keep behind us. Tires aren't that much older than everybody else's. A little bit. It'll make a slight difference. A lot of bottom open there as Ty Dillon gets to the inside. Clears Kevin Harvick with a clean pass. He didn't give Harvick a lot of room, but there was no contact at the same time. I'll take that. Cindric closing the gap just a little bit. This is a much-needed stage win for Kevin Harvick, considering he didn't get any stage points at stage 1. Chase Elliott won the stage. Elliott's 3rd in the regular season standings coming in. Byron didn't get any stage points either, so this could actually help Harvick gain a little bit on the 24 in points. Elijah Buddy Jenkins, welcome into the stream. And if we had a caution while we're leading, that would... I'd hate to win that way, but it would trap the field a lap down. Well, not the entire field. It depends on when we get the caution. And how many of those cars are going to pass the start-finish line. There's only 8 cars on the lead lap right now. So even with all those cautions early in the stage, it didn't really hurt Kevin Harvick. If anything, it might have helped him. And the only reason I say that is because, sure, he couldn't make up as much time. He'd have a bigger lead if we could have just stayed green and then pitted. But he would have much older tires than everybody else. Instead, now he's only got a few lap older tires versus the rest of the field that pitted under green here at stage 2. Kyle Busch has some damage on the front of his race car. He's back in the 19th place position. Big gaggle of cars on the front straightaway battling for position. All trying to get a lap back. They're 2 down right now. With where they're running, and they know they need to get by Harvick for the end of the stage to at least get to 1 lap down. PGA 2K23 is coming out tonight.
Got one left.
Busch almost into the back of Kevin Harvick. Harvick actually lifted when Kyle Busch got really close to him because Harvick was so hesitant that he was going to get contact. He was preparing to get loose and try to save it, and never actually had the contact. If anything, it held up Busch a little more in the center of the corner. And now they give a chance for Daniel Suarez to try to make a pass on the 18 as they're side-by-side on the back straightaway. Busch with a run, trying to get by Kevin Harvick. Harvick drives in much deeper that time into turn 3, a little flatter as well. Slides up. Suarez gets into him. And Busch and Suarez are clear. Tyler Reddick in 9th place. He is 1 lap down, 11 laps to go in the stage. I'm not sure who is in second that is going to be trying to run Harvick down first. Harvick's down to about a quarter tank of gas left, but he should be able to go 11 laps, I'd have to imagine. That's only 11 miles. Quarter tank of fuel you would think would make it that far. Harvick can pit during the stage break and may not have to pit again the rest of the race and just try to do the same strategy he did before. The good news is he's going to be on the lead lap when he starts at this time, even if he doesn't win the stage. He's going to be on the lead lap versus he was a lap down before, so I think his chances of winning the race are going to be higher than what they are winning Stage 2, and they're still pretty high of winning Stage 2 as we run with Harvick in the lead currently. Had to be prepared for a lot of cautions at the start of Stage 3 again, just in case. Tyler Reddick desperately trying to get a lap back right now. Now, Harvick would like to keep him a lap down if at all possible, knowing that Reddick is only 1 down. Maybe 1 less car in the lead lap to the end of the stage. I think he's got Corey LaJoie underneath him right now, which is not going to make it easy for Reddick trying to get by Harvick as LaJoie gets by the 8. Reddick's had some solid point stays as of late. Start to move up in the regular season point standings a little bit. That's what he needs to do if he can't get a win. Finally clears Kevin Harvick off the exit of turn 4. 7 laps to go, stage 2. Almirola is in 10th. He is the defending winner of this race back in 2021. And of course, a teammate of Kevin Harvick's. Chase Elliott in 11th. After winning stage 1, that would be a big car to keep a lap down. Elliott to 10th as he passes Almirola through 3 and 4. Still stuck behind Ross Chastain in the 1, who was in 22nd. Chastain hasn't had a great season on points, but he has had a couple wins, so he is locked into the playoffs and has a few extra playoff points to go with it. The contact there from the 1. Harvick holds on. Chase Elliott going to get a run on Chastain into turn 3 now. They'll be coming to, I believe, 4 laps to go. Make that 5 to go this time by in the stage. Elliott going to get by Chastain through 3 and 4. That's the corner he's passing the cars. That might be where he's going to get by Harvick potentially next lap. Which should open up the bottom as Harvick kind of blows 1 and 2. So Chase Elliott's going to get around him about a corner sooner there. As he slides clear. Harvick going to look back to the inside of Chase Elliott.
Clear.
That's not going to work out too well. Harvick power sliding all the way through turns 3 and 4. Hangs on in front of the 1 of Chastain, who's going to have a run to his inside. Almirola trying to get there as well. 4 laps to go in the stage. Again, not sure who is in second right now, trying to catch Harvick for the stage win. Whoever it is, they are definitely faster. It's none of the next 3 cars behind Harvick, at least. Those 3 cars all within about a half a second behind Harvick. Almirola is the first car 1 lap down, but no free pass given for that. He needs to try to get his lap back on Harvick here, with only 10 cars on the lead lap. And there are only 7 on the lead lap when the pit stop cycled through. Only 3 of them have been able to actually pass Harvick. They had 23 laps to do so, but now they're down to just 3. 20 laps have passed by already. just since the pit stops alone. You're having a lot of cautions the first half of the stage, none in the second half of the second stage. 2 to go at the line. Pit road will be closed. Harvick definitely going to make it on fuel here. Almirola lost some ground off turn 4. Stenhouse up to 12th, and he passes Josh Bilicki. Now he closes on Almirola. Can he get back on the lead lap? Lap and a half. Almirola to the inside, off of turn 4. He is not clear. Door to door, side by side as they come to the final lap of stage 2. Stenhouse may be able to get by the 4 with the opening on the bottom at the 10 left for the 47, but he was not able to do so. Byron in 24th has lost even more ground since the start of stage 2. Harvick power slid off the exit of turn 2. Stenhouse is coming. Harvick down to block the 47. Trying to keep Stenhouse in 12th place, a lap down to the end of the stage here. William Byron is 2 laps down, trying to get back to 1 down. Contact between Harvick and Burton off of turn 4. Burton gets one of his laps back, and actually we have 1 more lap to go. I forgot we were a lap down at the start of the stage, so we have 1 more lap yet at the stage. So there's still another chance for Stenhouse to get by Harvick, as well as William Byron. Definitely got to keep Byron behind us. If we can keep him 2 laps down, that's massive for Kevin Harvick for the regular season standings. So we have just 6 races left after tonight. Harvick a bit wide into the corner. Byron got by Stenhouse, but he's going to be too far to catch Harvick off turn 4. Stage will end. Kevin Harvick will win stage number 2, his 12th stage win of the season, as he holds on, and the pit strategy will work out for now. Michael McDowell will end up 2nd, Joey Logano 3rd, Christopher Bell 4th, Ryan Blaney 5th, Denny Hamlin 6th, Bubba Wallace 7th, AJ Allmendinger 8th, Tyler Reddick 9th, and Chase Elliott will round out the top 10, all receiving stage points in stage 2 in tonight's race at New Hampshire. We're going to pit during the stage break. We're going to go from there, and we're just going to hope that we can make it on fuel to the end. 4 tires and fuel, no adjustments. And we'll be at the tail end of the pack initially here for the race start.
Pit road is closed.
We'll see how this is going to go. I like how the game gave me all that damage that I did not have on the car until after the stage. That's bullcrap, man. Why does it do this to me? Alright, so 11th. 59 laps in stage 3. I think Harvick should be able to make it on fuel if he did during the last stage. Green flag is going to be in the air.
3 wide, 2 down there.
We'll see if we can survive the restarts for right now.
Stay right.
Harvick going to have about 25 lap pressure tires in the rest of the field.
Coming all around. Stay right.
Harrison Burton bogging him down quite a bit.
All clear.
A lot of contact. I don't know how we're going to get through here.
3 wide.
Kyle Busch sliding around. Definitely got to avoid any potential accidents. Busch was slowing down the whole outside. So good thing that
On the outside. You're 3. 2 on the outside.
Harvick was able to get down to the bottom when he did. Big charge into the corner. Harvick being aggressive. Wants to get back to the lead as soon as possible. You don't want to go a lap down. That's one thing that could happen, is we could get a caution in a weird spot,
2 outside.
which traps Kevin Harvick a lap down because of a scoring glitch. So we
3 wide.
need to
2
try to
outside.
get up
3
there as
wide,
quickly as
2
we can
outside.
for that reason. Contact between Ty Dillon and J.J. Yaley off the exit of turn 4 as they started to go towards the wall. None of them made contact with the wall. We're down to just 56 laps to go here in the Ambetter 151 at New Hampshire.
3 wide, 2 outside.
This could be a solid point stay for Harvick despite no stage points in stage 1. Could still get 50 if he wins this race. Trying to capitalize. He's even with Chase Elliott. Well, Elliott outscored him by 1 point so far through the stages, 11-10. But he's outscored Byron 10-0. Car around off the exit of turn 2. Cautions out. for the 8th time today because the 7th was the stage break. Harvick will stay out of the pits. Looks like Larson had spun out once again. He is in 12th. I believe he's a lap down. Green flag back in the air. Harvick will get by the lap cars now, and they'll be closer to the front of the field. As all these guys still on old tires. Blaney nearly loops it. And all these spins have seemingly taken place in 1 and 2. 3 wide off the exit of the corner. Byron's stuck in the middle right now. Harvick down on the bottom. He gets into Reddick as he drives in way too deep into the corner. He's up to 10th. He did get by Almirola first lap after the restart. He's blocking Byron. Oh, and no! A.J. Allmendinger spins in front of Harvick. Harvick clips him. Caution's out. Caution flag is out. Harvick got a big piece in there. He did not blow a tire, luckily. Green flag going to be back in the air, and now he's going to be on the outside. Maybe a little bit more preferred, but we'll see.
Got one left. Stay high.
Come on.
Clear, clear, clear. One left,
Almirola. A hit from behind there by Kevin Harvick, and Harvick just needs to get through these guys. I'm scared we're going to be on equal tires at the end of the race. That's what I'm scared for. We get a caution, they're going to pit,
Clear all around.
and then it's just going to be a 10-car duel to the finish. Byron making a pass down on the bottom. Kevin Harvick up the middle. Almirola and Bell spin simultaneously. Caution's out again. Harvick got a couple spots out of that. And the green flag's back in the air. 10 cautions into the race. Things are getting interesting. Gano Blaney side by side. McDowell power slides middle of the corner. Harvick trying to get by Chase Elliott in the 9. He's clear for 7th. Hamlin side drafting Reddick back straightaway. Harvick nowhere to go. Go into the middle. Reddick down to the apron, trying to get by the 23 of Bubba Wallace. They used each other up a little bit. Harvick's going to take it 3 wide. More contact between Reddick and Wallace on the outside. Blaney with a run on the front straightaway, trying to get by Joey Logano for the race lead. McDowell in 3rd, trying to pull off a major upset. After finishing 2nd at the end of the last stage, Harvick trying to get the power down as he's on the inside of Reddick for 4th. Harvick gets by him. It'll be Fords 1 through 4 in the running order. Elliott had a massive run. Big contact there as Harvick uses Reddick up. Makes the pass on him and McDowell, and Harvick's up to 3rd off turn 4, and he's got a run at the leaders. Logano, meanwhile, has a run on Ryan Blaney. Harvick to the outside. The 22 is going to slide, and he is going to go around side by side for the lead on turn 2 as Logano spins. No caution. Here comes Harvick with a dive into the corner. The caution flag is out. Who had the lead? Oh my gosh. What a battle. Caution flag is out again. Harvick will stay out again. I really hope the rest of the field stayed out too. That's big. Harvick was in the lead when the caution flag waved. Green flag now back in the air. And we are down to just 17 laps to go in the restart. Make that 27 to go, sorry. 27 to go. Caution's out again. Trouble on turns 1 and 2. Kevin Harvick will stay out of the pits again. And now we're down to just 20 to go. 12 cautions into this race. Cautions breeding cautions in the final stage. Harvick trying to get in front of Ryan Blaney on the restart. He does. And everybody going to make it through turns 1 and 2 initially on the restart. Blaney trying to get a run at the 4. We don't know if these guys pitted during the caution or not. Harvick just trying to hold on as he pulls away. Everybody's going to have to pit before the end of this race except for Harvick. We just don't know when they're going to pit. We could have had some drivers pit during the caution, maybe not all of them, but we know the guys at the very front of the field on the restart definitely stayed out. As Harvick is starting to gap Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick now. you're wondering how Harvick has damage on his car, he's actually kept his car clean today, but the damage came at the end of stage 2. As soon as I won the stage, it kind of wrecked me. So the damage might be there, but it's not actually there. Visually it is, but that's it. I saw some cars on pit road when we crossed the start-finish line that last time by. Very few cars did pit. Likely see more cars pit now. So if we do get a caution, I think Harvick is going to have to pit this next time. Just so he doesn't have older tires to the very end of the race. If we stay green to the end, I think Kevin Harvick's going to win this thing. With being down to just 19 laps to go, I really hope it stays green. The fact that we've had 12 cautions in a 50% race so far, it does scare me. We've had a couple of decent length green flag runs in the race so far. Three-second lead for Harvick over Blaney. Blaney still on the racetrack. Tyler Reddick right behind the 12. AJ Allmendinger looking for, I believe, his first top 5 of the year. Could be wrong on that, but I think it would be if he can hold on. Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, and AJ Allmendinger, second, third, and fourth, all without any wins this season. So if they can somehow beat Kevin Harvick, they will lock themselves into the playoffs. We're guaranteed to have at least a couple drivers clinch the playoffs based off of points. If we don't get another new winner in today's race, that means we could only have as many as 14 different winners in the regular season. I will say, I feel like I'm getting better and better at driving this car over the course of the race today, so that's definitely helped.
Pit road is closed.
Caution is out,
Yellow flag.
and I think Harvick's going to have to pit now, and he crossed the start-finish line. But I think that the leaders, not everybody, but I think second or third could have been across the start-finish line as well. So caution's out with about 16 laps to go. Harvick will pit for tires here. Feels he needs it. And now we just have to hope for the best. This is going to get nuts. I just don't want to be on old tires trying to hang on because there's no chance. I mean, we saw those guys at the end of stage 2 passing us, so there's no chance we're going to hang on. Everybody is on pit road right now. If they didn't pit before the caution, this is going to be the race to the finish. Where will Harvick restart as well? Will he be in the lead potentially? Maybe not. How good or bad is this pit stop going to be for the 4 team? We're going to have 10 laps to go as the green flag is back in the air. Harvick will be the leader on the restart.
Clear all around.
Not sure who is in second or where they may be if they're on the lead lap. Harvick could be a lap ahead of everybody. We don't know exactly.
Clear,
He
clear.
was in the middle of 1 and 2 when the caution came out. It's likely that there are still a couple cars on the lead lap, but it's also likely he could be a lap ahead of the field. We're not going to know here for a little bit. Byron using the 4-up. Will contact off the exit of the corner. Just 9 laps to go. Bell is in 4th. He is behind Harvick, so that tells me
Stay right.
that there's a good chance second and third place is on the lead lap. Harvick squeezing between Suarez and Burton. Harvick trying to get his 7th win of the season. His first since Gateway and only his second in the last almost dozen races. A lot of inconsistency as of late. Been scoring a decent amount of stage points in most of the races, despite the lack of wins in the middle portion of the season.
One
You
left.
consider the fact he had 5 wins in the first 9 races and only has 6 into the 20th race of the season. He's definitely hit a bit of a dry spell. But he's still leading the regular season standings, even though he's had a lack of consistency in the middle portion of the year. He had such a strong start to the year that he's still hanging on by a slim margin into this race. And now just trying to hang on for the overall win at this point. It stays green to the end. I think the odds are going to be with him to win this race.
All clear.
We've had 13 cautions today, and we're down to just 7 laps to go.
All right, keep it high. Clear, clear.
Reddick in 5th, trying to get back on the lead lap as well. He was barely able to right at the end of the last stage.
Watch the light.
Caution is out, and this
Yellow,
is going to
yellow,
force overtime for the second straight race. Oh boy. Caution's out for the 14th time today with 5 laps to go, and we are going to overtime for, I believe, the 7th time in the first 20 races of the season. And we're going to have a battle right now. Green flag is going to be in the air. Harvick leads. Blaney second. Allmendinger third. Right behind him. 2 laps remain in this race. Who is going to get the win? Harvick. Can't get by Blaney. It looks like he's a lap ahead anyway. Harvick leads off of turn 2 despite Blaney getting around him. So he's got to be smart here. He was a lap ahead. White flag in the air this time by off turn 4. Final lap of the race for Kevin Harvick. He's going to survive an overtime win. And after being a lap down at the end of stage 1, he is going to win stage 2 and win the race. As long as he can make it another half mile around the magic mile.
Still next to you. Clear,
Scoring
clear.
glitch in our favor today. I'll take it. You got to take it any way you can cut it with this game. This is going to be the 7th win of the season for Kevin Harvick as he makes his way off of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Harvick's going to win a lobster in Loudon. Let's go. 5 cars finished on the lead lap today. Ryan Blaney is going to end up likely in 2nd. AJ Allmendinger 3rd. Christopher Bell 4th. Tyler Reddick 5th. Joey Logano 6th. Bubba Wallace 7th. Denny Hamlin 8th. Michael McDowell 9th. And Eric Almirola will round out the top 10 in tonight's race. 14 cautions in all, and Harvick survives an overtime restart right at the tail end to ensure that 7th win of the season. And again, 50 points. Everybody finished the race today. 50 points for him. William Byron, who got no stage points today, ends up finishing 34th. He's going to get 3 points to Harvick's 50. It was an 18-point lead coming in. That is massive for Kevin Harvick. I think Chase Elliott might be 2nd in points now, though, so I don't think we're going to be quite a full race worth of points ahead. But it's going to be pretty darn close. I mean, Elliott did get 11 stage points to our 10, and we outscored him in the race 40-26, it looks like. So, I mean, we outscored him by 15 points. We might be about a full race worth of points ahead again, which is massive because, again, we're not going to have good finishes at Indy and Watkins Glen. I mean, that's plain and simple. We're going to have a chance to win the stages, but then we're probably not going to have a good shot to have a top 30 finish. So if Chase Elliott wins both those races, we know he's good on the road courses. Even though we have a 1-race lead of points over him and he's likely 2nd now, he can still make up that ground. And then we still have a super speedway left at Daytona, which I've been good at Atlanta in this game, but Daytona and Talladega I struggled the first races there. I think I finished 17th in the Daytona 500. Talladega I finished outside the top 10 as well. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. 6 races to go. Our next race will be next week. Let me check the community tab real quick to see what race we have tomorrow on the channel. I believe we'll be racing NASCAR 06. I just got to see what series. I think it's NASCAR 06 Truck Series at California. Can't find it. I'm struggling right now. There it is. Yeah, so Truck Series at California tomorrow, race 17 of 25, and that will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so a little bit later tomorrow. We'll see how it's gonna go. Thanks everybody for watching. Actually, we'll check out Victory Lane here with Kevin Harvick. It's been a little bit. And then we'll end the stream. I'm not mistaken, I think I won all 4 50% races. So if we didn't have any 50% races on the season, we probably would only have 3 wins. Which we would not be leading in the regular season standings right now as well. Let me fact check that. Phoenix, we won both stages and the race. Richmond, we finished second in both stages, won the race. Dover, we did not get any stage points. We finished 7th, so I did not win that one. Then we won today. So I have won 3 of the 4 50% races, but we finished 7th or better in every single one of them. So yeah, 50% races definitely helped keep the regular season points lead through the first 20 races, but no more the rest of the season. And that's it for NASCAR 22 this week. Again, tomorrow night, NASCAR 06, Total Team Control Truck Series, California Speedway, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you then. California is not one of my better tracks on that game, so that'll be interesting, but it should be a fun race still. It'll be a fun challenge, as we are 10 points, I believe, behind the points leader right now going into that race as well. So it's going to be a lot of championship implications on the line with just 9 races to go in the Truck Series on NASCAR 06. Thank you, everybody, so much for your appreciation and support as always, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good rest of your Friday evening.